Welcome back to the Rise of the Rune Lords. It's me, DM Clinton, and I'm here with Uller. And Aiden is playing Saris.
Hi.
Nathan is playing Reeton.
You know they have Pop-Tart cereal now.
Okay. And Alex is playing Tara.
That sounds gross.
It's actually pretty good. I like it.
Sounds weirdly tasty.
And last but not least is Sabrina, playing Harper, the Roguish Bard.
I don't know if I have tears of joy or tears of sadness, or I'm just tired.
Okay.
Might be all three.
Yeah.
That's right. On that note, the party is leaving the Grawl homestead, and they're on the path.
Oh, by the way, I did retrieve the bear trap off of one of the corpses.
Okay, good to note. If I remember correctly, you set fire to the Grawl homestead, both the barn and the main cabin.
Yes.
Yeah, it's burned
So
down.
it was all ablaze as you were leaving. You go the mile and a half towards that glade, and you see that underneath the tree where Uller had hidden himself for his sneak attack, you see a campfire where Vale, Caven, Jakardros, and Shalelu are huddled around a campfire. They look up to you and beckon you on.
Hey, guys.
Hello. Welcome to our camp. I see you were successful. And none of you were lost. Excellent.
Yeah, shockingly enough. Just so you know, we found all this stuff.
Ah, is that our equipment? Ah, yes, it is. And so each of them starts to equip themselves. Jakardros with his magical bow. He pulls it back, and you can see electrical sparks line its string.
Neat.
Saris cries in the background.
Vale gets his axes out and hefts them and goes, "Ah, babies, I missed you." Caven gets his short dagger and rapier.
Oh.
And one of them is missing a dragon brooch or something like that?
No, let's not bring that up.
All of them say, no dragon brooch here. No, that's not something we're missing.
Oh, good.
What about the studded leather, chainmail, and +1 leather?
Oh, yes, those are all our equipment.
Okay.
Magical leather armor, magical rapier, masterwork dagger, couple of longbows with some arrows. Caven requests a ring of protection.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Vale, let's see what he wanted. A chainmail, a magical battle axe, a magical hand axe, his composite longbow with 20 arrows.
Yep.
And Jakardros, he had the mighty composite magical longbow of shock.
And then the masterwork longsword.
Masterwork longsword and studded leather, just regular studded leather. You sit down, sit around the campfire. They begin to tell you their tale. Now, we probably went over this, but we're going to go over it again just for you guys and our audience. Remember what was said. Now, the Black Arrows has been a secretive and insular order for decades, since its founding by Zarnath Rannick. Traditionally a wandering order of hunters and rangers dedicated to patrolling the Stolvrall Rise, the Black Arrows saw it as their duty to prevent incursions of giants from the plateau into Varissia. When Magnamar offered the order a fort in the shadow of Hook Mountain, Zarnath accepted graciously, but died in a battle against the Krieg Ogres before it was completed. His men named the keep after him, and ever since, Fort Rannick has been instrumental in keeping the ogres, trolls, and other giants of the region from spreading too far into the lowlands. During the 45 years they've been stationed at the fort, the Black Arrows have inducted new members often. Typically petty criminals given a choice between severe punishment or a lifetime sworn to manning the walls of the fort and patrolling the perilous heights of Hook Mountain. Conditions at Fort Rannick swiftly made honest men out of most of the criminals, forcing them to engage in a vicious regimen of training that stripped away all sense of their life prior to joining the order. The task of keeping the horrors of the Hook at bay is a grueling one and requires a level of discipline unattainable by many soldiers. They have a reputation for dealing with trouble among the ranks of their order in their own way, coldly and efficiently. Those who disobey commands are flogged nearly to death before being exiled to the south. Those who betray the order are mercilessly executed. Their justice is swift, their reputation fierce, and it wasn't until 3 weeks ago that the Black Arrows finally met their match. Of the dozens who once composed the Order, only 3 survive today, and they are in bad shape. Their leader, a weathered old ranger whose worn face is as hard as leather, is named Jakardros. He and his 2 men, Caven and Vale, are all that remain. Okay, so Jakardros, yeah, this is kind of like a montage scene where each tells their tale to you of who they are and how they came to be. So Jakardros starts. He says, "I lost my eye to a close call with a hook ogre a decade ago. For many years, I was second in command at Fort Rannoch under Commander Baden. I fear the worst, for I know the commander would sooner die than surrender to the Kriegs. After my patrol was delayed, we arrived back home to find a fort under Krieg control. I lost a third of my unit in an attempt to retake the fort, and when we were forced to flee south into Kriegwood, the remainder were easy targets for the Grauls. I carry the loss of Fort Rannoch heavily, and feel it is my fault that the ogres were able to take it. Had I been more prompt returning from my patrol, I would have been back in time to help defend the place. I wasn't, and now a 45-year tradition is dead. When I was younger, and before I joined the Black Arrows, I spent a few years as an adventurer. My group eventually ended up in the region around the Miriani Forest, where we helped a small village of elves defeat a group of murderous ettercaps, led by a green dragon. My adventuring companions all perished in the fight, giving their lives for the elven community of Crying Leaf. I was nursed back to health by an elven priestess of Desna there, and the 2 of us fell in love. I would have lived the rest of my life in Crying Leaf had not my lover, Shanthia, perished when the village was attacked by the resurrected dragon 3 years later. With my aid, the town defeated the dragon again, but I was too broken-hearted to remain. I gathered my belongings, and within minutes of the dragon's death, I left Crying Leaf behind me, abandoning the sorrowful task of attending to Shantia's funeral to my stepdaughter. My heart hardened. I eventually heard of the Black Arrows and applied for membership, hoping that service to the Order would help me bury my broken heart. To a certain extent, my plan worked. But now that Fort Rannoch is lost, my old melancholy has returned. The loss of the fort wakening similar memories of Shanthia's death. I bitterly regret abandoning Crying Leaf, and between wishing I'd died in either the second dragon attack or in more recent ogre attacks, my mood has grown increasingly dark. And you get a sense, team, that it's almost suicidal.
Can we roll therapy?
Roll therapy.
I don't know what that'd be. I guess heal check, probably, but...
Sure, if you'd like to roll a sense motive. What are you hoping to learn from this sense motive check?
I was just gonna see if he's actually considering committing suicide.
You'd get no sense, Reeton, of his emotional state other than from what he just says. He looks sad.
Gintaris, flirt with him. Make him feel better.
How is that going to help?
I'm sure you could think of something.
Gintaris, you definitely believe that if something isn't done, Jakardros will not be long for this world.
All right, I'm going to approach him.
You gotta take one for the team, Gintaris.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Just fine. I'm good.
Are you sure you're good?
Not really, no. No, this is terrible times. Terrible times indeed.
You know, some of us go through the toughest times, and everybody has a sad... I was just having a sad earlier today, actually. Eventually you get through the sad, and then you have a happy again.
Well, I hear what you're having to say, and I'd like you to make a diplomacy check to see how well I take this advice. That's a very good roll. Between Tara, 24, and Harper's 22, that's 26 that I see. That lifts his spirits, and he has lifted out of his temporary depth of going, you point out the fact that Shalelu's here now, and that Jakardros has a chance to reconcile his differences with her, and maybe form a new family. He perks up a little, and you feel the danger pass.
Keep in mind, I have a wisdom of 9, so that's probably how I would have said it too. Something along those lines. Like, get the point across, but not very eloquently.
Okay.
My sister, not great with words, but she's got a pretty face and a nice rack.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. She smiles that smile, and people just lift their spirits. All right, on to Vale. Vale tells his tale.
Oh yeah, those are some sweet axes. Now, if that guy
That's
wants
right.
to off himself, I mean, just saying.
Hey, I feel the same way about the last guy, so...
Vale is a dark-skinned man with piercing gray eyes. His towering height of 6.5 feet and his muscular build consign him to the warrior's path at an early age. Despite his stature, Vale is a quiet and withdrawn man whose passion for life only awakens during the heat of battle. Vale was born into the Order of the Black Arrow. Both his parents were members, as were his 2 younger brothers. All of them are now dead, slain either years ago, in the case of his parents, or weeks ago, in the case of his brothers, by various Krieg ogres. Vale's oath of vengeance against the Kriegs has become the only thing holding him together over the past several days of torture and mind-numbing horror at the Grauls' hands. Vale seizes any opportunity to strike back at the ogres with grim satisfaction. Apart from his prowess in battle, Vale also had a passing fancy for sieges and architecture, and spent many of his off hours in the fort talking with the resident architect, a now dead man named Dranis. Apart from battle, discussions about normally dry topics like engineering and fortifications are among the few activities that break Vale out of his taciturn shell, making him excited and animated. He hands you a scratched-out map of Fort Rannoch that he drew from his memory.
All right.
There's a cliff, forest to the east.
Is that a moat?
Yeah, it's really a stream or a creek. That there's a waterfall at the western side of the creek where the cliff edge meets the lower valley, a pool that falls into, and then a couple of bridges leading to gates on the walls.
Okay.
The keep itself is to the northwest of the fort, and then there's a stairwell cut into the side of the mountain that goes all the way to the top where the eagles that they had a nest of giant eagles that they would work with. But alas, those eagles did not survive the Krieg attack. We'll talk more about that later with our plans, says Jacardros. Our plans to take back Fort Rannoch. The last of the remaining Black Arrows is named Caven Windstrike, a handsome man with dark hair and emerald eyes. He's traditionally been able to get what he wants out of life via his good looks and smooth tongue. He was a wayward youth born to harried parents in Turtleback Ferry, and his antics finally got him in over his head when he assaulted and robbed an old goat herd who turned out to be a longtime family friend. Infuriated, his father was all but ready to press charges and have the boy taken south by the law to serve time in jail in Ilsyrian, but his mother managed to temper that reaction. Caven was given a choice: be disowned and spend time in prison, or seek membership among the Black Arrows. His father always admired the order and figured if they couldn't shape Caven into an upstanding man, no one could. Caven, balking at the thought of prison, chose the Black Arrows. So while you guys are camping, go ahead and camp for the evening, and then they'll talk about plans in the morning.
Okay.
So you guys are going to level up. Is that what I hear?
Do you want to go first, Uller?
I mean, I'm ready to go. So I took another level in Monk, rolled a 6 for my hit points, +1 with my Constitution modifier, got an extra 7 hit points this level. At 8th level, you get to add +1 to an ability score, put it into Wisdom. I got a headband of Wisdom, so I'm looking at 21. At level 8, a monk gets +1 to their base attack bonus, as well as +1 to all their saves. They have good saving throws. Their slow fall increases by 10 feet to a total of 40 feet. They get another attack on their flurry of blows, so it's 4 total, 2 at +6 to hit, the other 2 at +1. Unarmed damage goes up, but because I'm wearing monk robes, that's already been factored in. Mm-hmm. And then at 8th level, whenever I use Stunning Fist, I can make my target sickened for a minute.
Nice.
Okay.
And then as far as for skill ranks this level, put 4 into heal. I now have 6 ranks in heal total.
I see. I take it that that's because you have a particular feat in mind coming up?
Yes, this is prerequisite work that wouldn't be able to have been done in one level. That and just seems appropriate for Uller. It's not like I'm the one going off finishing people off. The opposite of that would be going off and making sure they don't die.
That's right.
It's an in-character decision.
Absolutely. Good. Okay, great. Anything else?
Nope. Monks are pretty easy at 8th level.
All right, Reeton.
So barbarians are super easy at 8th level. We get +1 to our base attack bonus. We also get a rage power, which because I have lesser elemental rage, I am getting normal elemental rage, which gives me an extra 1d6 of fire, cold, electricity, or acid damage while raging. So anytime I hit an enemy, I do an additional 1d6 damage.
Can you change what that energy type is?
You have to declare it at the start of your rage.
Okay.
Yeah. You can still use lesser elemental attack while raging, but it has to be a different type. So I would have to say, for elemental rage, I'm using fire. For lesser elemental rage, I'm using acid.
Got it. Okay.
My power attack goes from the first rank to the second rank, so it gets a -1 to attack, but a +3 to damage, which gives me -3 to attack and +9 to damage for when I power attack.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put, for my skills, I put +2 in acrobatics, +1 in perception, +1 in knowledge dungeoneering, and instead of getting extra HP, I get an extra skill point and put that into knowledge nature. And when I rolled HP, I got almost max, +11. And for my additional skill point, I put that into con. So now I have...
You mean ability point.
Sorry. Now I have 18 to con.
Mm-hmm.
So without raging, I have 100 HP.
And when you rage?
It's like 112 or something.
Barbarians are a lot of fun.
So,
they need it because their AC is in the tank.
Yeah, it's like, that's the only thing I'm able to consistently roll well on HP.
So was there anyone else? Harper?
Going up Bard, which puts me 2 Rogue, 5 Bard. At 5th level Bard, I now have the ability of Lore Master, which means I can take 10. Just once a day, I can take 20 on a knowledge skill. Inspiration abilities have gone up, so they just have additional pluses. An additional spell per day, so I went with Heroism. So, just all the inspiration.
That's great. Ooh, that's very useful for the team. Okay.
You inspire us.
Quite inspiring. All right. Does anyone else have anything they'd like to report?
Is there any way you could give me 125 XP right now?
Yes.
Okay, then I can level up.
We level up exactly. Why not? Let's do it.
I can't tell if you're joking or not.
I am not joking. Please take the 125 experience point bonus so that you can level up at this time, because it will be a while before you can level up again, I suspect.
Okay, then yeah.
That or Clinton's just in a good mood tonight.
I am also in a really good mood.
Well, I greatly appreciate that. Alright, that means I'm going to have to do some stuff. Alright, so hitting 8th level brings my BAB up to 6, which gives me an extra attack, so now I'm at 3 with 2 weapon fighting.
Okay.
I also get improved uncanny dodge, which means I cannot be flanked. I also get a rogue talent, which I'm going to use for combat trick, which will allow me to take a feat, which will be, let's do dodge. Or wait, do I have to take combat expertise before dodge?
No.
Then yes, I'm taking dodge.
All right.
I think that's it. It was easy.
Okay. As you were doing your discussions and talk amongst the new team members of the Black Arrows, Saris, you get this really strange feeling about Caven. Whenever the team of Black Arrows, the remaining Black Arrows, vow their vengeance upon the Kriegs, you note that you watch Caven because you're really interested in his weapons, and you watch him, and he just shifts very uncomfortably. Something is very wrong with him. He does not feel in alignment with the other two. Jakardros and Vale are definitely on the vow track of getting revenge. But Caven? No. The rest of the team, however, does not sense this.
Okay.
Only Saris senses this. And Uller, you remember when you first were waking and releasing the Black Arrows from their cage, that Caven had a 7-pointed star tattoo on his inside left wrist. He takes great pains on hiding it now.
So he has a Sahedron tattoo?
Nobody else knows this.
I don't know.
Only Uller saw that.
If he has that tattoo, that probably means he was going to the love boat that, what was her name? Zanesha was running.
The Love Shack.
Yeah, Love Shack. There was like a letter that we found of hers.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was the sister's name? My sister, but I don't see her name.
Maybe that's why we don't know her name.
Yeah, her sister's hanging out there, though, right? She was supposed to go to the Fort Rannick.
Either way, the woman's name you're looking for that was running the Paradise.
Love Barge.
What? The Love Shack.
Love Barge.
The Love Barge. That woman's name was Lucretia.
Lucretia. That sounds familiar.
She sounds fun.
Okay.
Maybe we can bring it up again whenever we start planning our siege on Fort Rannick.
Which is right now.
Yeah, we should do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all 3 Black Arrows pledge their assistance.
Okay, good. I'm happy that they pledged their assistance because, I mean, it's
Yes.
their home.
Well,
I was going to get up and go pull Uller aside and talk to him for a quick sec. Look, Caven, he doesn't have the same bloodlust as the other 2 for killing the ogres. Something feels off about him, I'm not sure.
Just get a bad sense about it?
Well, he doesn't have the same fervor when wanting to get revenge on the ogres that took Fort Rannick.
Saris, you also feel that when he gave his oath, he was lying.
He also seemed to be lying, like he didn't have any kind of truth behind the words when he was giving his oath to avenge his fallen comrades.
When we sit down and actually start planning the siege on this fort, maybe we shouldn't give him so much responsibility.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We should keep him close by. I don't trust him.
How about this? If we plan anything, he'll be with me and whoever's with me. If he seems like he's going to do anything suspicious, he seems like he's going to go turncoat, I'm not going to let him go.
All right, the 2 of you return back to the camp where Vale, Caven, Shalelu, Jakardros, and the rest of the team are looking at the plans of Fort Rannick. Do you confront Caven at this time?
We're just going to take a little more subtle
Okay.
attack. Before we start discussions of how we're going to actually plan this out, I just really want to make sure everyone's going to be given this their all. Do I have everyone's word? I'll go around the fireplace getting verbal confirmation.
Jakardros and Vale say absolutely. Caven goes, sure.
Well, even I could see that one.
He's very hesitant.
See? Now we don't need to call him out. Now everyone knows.
It's a thinly veiled bluff. I think most characters here could... Let's see who believes him and doesn't believe him. Harper, you definitely don't believe him. Tara, you don't believe him. Reeton, you do.
Yeah, I think he seems trustworthy to me. I don't know.
That's right, so far everything's up and up. Caven's fine. Uller definitely does not believe him.
Listen, Caven, I understand if you don't want to go back in there and risk your lives over this. No one's asking you to do that.
Jakardros says, bullshit. We're absolutely asking him to do that. It's his duty.
Oh, yeah, the murder thing. They'll execute him.
For betrayal.
Wow, okay.
Wow.
Well, almost everyone knows that Caven's lying.
I don't.
Except for you.
He's fine.
Well, listen, Caven, I'd like to give you the option to walk away, but... it sounds like these people aren't going to let you do that.
Jakardros and Vale say, absolutely not. We will not let anyone back out of this. You're in with us, or you're out, and you know what that means. Caven looks all concerned, and his eyes grow wide. Caven says, well, no, I'll definitely back you guys up. Yeah. I mean, I have no reason not to. Taking back the fort is probably in all of our best interests.
Liar.
Yeah, definitely lying.
I think he's fine. I don't know what your guys' problem is.
No reason. I don't have a reason to hesitate at all.
We know you're lying, bud. Just come clean.
He's got a very worried look in his eyes.
Even your own brothers here don't believe you.
What's your hesitation?
Says, it's not like I betrayed us or anything. Betrayal? Jakardros says, what? What?
As he gets up and starts moving, I do too.
You know he's lying. He's not telling something.
I know he's lying. I know he's trying to get away. I'm gonna look over at Uller and be like, "You need to grab him."
Roll for initiative?
Okay,
He's
team.
misunderstood.
Don't you guys remember that the 7-pointed star tattoo was being used in association with the barge?
There's only one of us here who knows, and he isn't sharing
Right, I
information,
know.
so...
Didn't somebody tell us that like a third of the town had that tattoo though? Like everybody who was going to that barge?
Yeah,
And
Oh,
the Black
okay.
Arrows are supposed to be against the barge.
Yeah, they really
Okay,
weren't supposed to
okay.
go to that place.
I'll call them out on it.
Yes, please.
Listen, Caven, I understand if you want to back out of this, but I mean, I see that tattoo. I know where you've been. We all have our vices. Sometimes you need to be able to indulge, and sometimes you need to be able to take a step back and be responsible. Now's one of the times to be responsible. There'll be plenty of time for leisure and gamble, or whatever it is you want to run off and do later.
Oh, he pulls his shirt sleeve down and he tries to hide the. I don't have that tattoo. And the other go, well, we noticed while you were didn't have your equipment. We noticed that tattoo, but we just didn't have time to ask you about that. We know that tattoo links you to the paradise,
Love barge.
the love barge. What's this all about? Nothing. It's nothing. It doesn't mean anything, Caven says. Jakardros and Vale are taking up positions to prevent him from escaping. Jakardros has even started to put his hand on his sword.
Would now be the good time to declare prepared action?
Yeah,
Ulir wants to charge Caven if he starts making
Okay.
a run for it.
Caven begins to look around nervously like a caged animal, and he says, I'm not going to be blamed for this. You're not going to blame me for this. And he just turns to run, triggering your action. Uller crosses the 20 feet or so and jumps over Kib,
So with a 32 to initiate a grapple.
and then Uller just grabs him by the cuff and puts him in an armbar immediately. Child's play.
Is that the arm that has the tattoo?
It is, and you rip back the sleeve and show everybody. Of course, the two other rangers. It's true. You are the traitor. No, I didn't mean to turn out this way. It's not what I wanted. Tell us now, he said. Jakardros says. Caven starts spilling the beans.
Okay.
At first, the disciplined lifestyle did Caven good, and he reformed into a respected and effective member of the order. However, when Lady Lucretia opened Paradise's gambling halls to the public a year ago, Caven and 2 other Black Arrows sneaked down to the barge one night to sample its offerings.
Clinton, it's love barge.
Uh-huh. It was enough to remind Caven what he liked about the quick and exciting life of gambling, high risk and crime. Caven volunteered for the weekly Southern Patrol, a route most of the Black Arrows disliked due to its relative boring route along the eastern shore of the Clay Bottom Lake. Rather than spending his nights in Turtleback Ferry or Pendaka, though, he took to spending them at Paradise.
Love barge.
Of course, Lucretia recognized him as one of the Black Arrows, and knowing that having an ally on the inside might someday be a vital boon, she seduced, charmed, and made him her pet. As the months wore on, Caven fell deeper and deeper into Lucretia's thrall, to the extent that she no longer needed to keep him charmed. He not only began to steal from his fellow rangers to fund his secret nights of debauchery on the Paradise,
Love barge.
but in the end, it was he who betrayed them at Lady Lucretia's request. Caven gave her all the information about patrols and defenses she needed to ensure a swift and decisive strike on Fort Rannoch, and then Caven volunteered for the patrol that would keep him out of the fort when the assault came. He even engineered several delays during that patrol to ensure that he would not return to the fort in time to provide aid in the fight. What Caven had not counted on was being captured by the Grauls. So for the past several days, Caven has feigned loyalty to the dwindling number of Black Arrows, caught between the horror of being found out by his comrades and the possibility of being the next one chosen for torture and dinner by the Grauls. So when you rescued him, he thought, oh, this was his chance to perhaps escape. But you were able to uncover the ruse.
Well, Caven, if I was a judge, I would exonerate you based on your wonderful exposition alone. Unfortunately, I don't think the Black Arrows are going to be as merciful.
No. Jakardros says, we are now going to hold trial for the betrayal of Caven Windstrike.
You know what I think we should do? Because I tend to know how these trials end, and they usually end in the person's death, I think.
That's exactly what's going to happen. Vale, what do you say? Is he guilty? Guilty. Sentence past death. And he steps forward, draws his sword.
Whoa.
Do you wish to stand between what we consider honor?
I'm gonna pull out my weapon and say, hey, let's not kill him. I think what we could do is we could strip him of his weapons and tie him up, and somebody can take him back down to town and he can spend time in jail down there. He doesn't have to die for this.
If you wish to have his equipment, fine. But his life is forfeit.
I call dibs.
I'm gonna look over at Saris and wink, and then be like, why is he gonna die? Why are we killing him?
For betraying our order. It is our law.
Yeah, well, your law kinda sucks.
It may have to suck, but this is necessary to maintain order and law within the unit.
I'm gonna look around and be like, there's 3 of you.
There are only 3 of us remaining because of his betrayal.
I'm gonna offer my sword, like, hey, use this.
You'll be down to 2 after that.
Enough of this talk. Move out of my way.
Reeton, it's their laws. Respect them.
Damn it, Reeton, you're violating the Prime Directive over here.
Now, hold him steady. Uller, are you letting Caven go?
I'm not going to interfere with their laws and customs, but he's not gonna watch.
Oh, so you let Caven go.
He's gonna run.
Yeah, he just bolts immediately.
Honestly, yes. I'm not gonna hold him down while somebody murders him. That doesn't sound like the monk at all.
You fool, you've let him go!
You fool, you were gonna murder him.
Saris, go steal his stuff.
Jakardros and Vale both pull their bows.
I am totally going to charge him.
So go ahead and roll for initiative.
I don't want to kill this guy. Why are we wanting to kill this guy?
It's not that you want to kill them. The remaining Black Arrows want to kill this guy.
Yeah, so the way that Uller's justifying this is probably shouldn't have let him go. Probably should have put manacles on him. But I'm not gonna murder this guy. I'm certainly not gonna hold him while somebody murders this guy. But I'm not gonna interfere with their laws.
That's your intentions.
Right.
Okay.
This guy was here because he, what is it, a punishment for a crime? Wasn't that his sentence?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a criminal to begin with.
Yeah.
Which many of them started out that way. Not Jakardros and not Vale, but that was a very common thing.
Right. Optimally, they just send Caven back to a sentence, but...
The only sentence for betrayal is death.
Plus, he has the blood of 90% of the Black Arrows on his hands.
Well, yeah.
That's right.
It's kind of one of those...
He is an enemy. He is a definite
you
enemy.
cause a lot of death, you bring death upon yourself.
That is correct.
See, I think that he probably didn't intend for everyone to die.
He certainly didn't think about it. Let's go ahead and read off the list here. Jakardros and Harper kind of tie each other at 22, but Jakardros goes first because he's slightly quicker. Then it's Reeton, then Caven, then Tara, then Saris, then Uller, and then Vale brings it up with a 6.
Where's Shalelu?
Oh, thank
And
you.
Cat.
And Kib.
I assume that Cat would act on...
The cat will act
Jakardros'
on
turn.
Jakardros' round, yeah. Oh, Shalelu did terrible with a 4. All right, so we've already kind of done the first round, which is Caven running away from the team to the northwest. Vale and Jakardros pulling the weapons, and the rest of you just kind of going, I really don't want to deal with this. Saris, though, however, does. She drew her weapons. Okay, so Jakardros is first. He's got his arrows, so he's going to fire first. He will use his feats of deadly aim.
That's a good one.
I think that's what he'll use. Double dice damage with a single strike.
Oh.
Okay, so he rolled a 27 to attack with his shocking composite longbow. He does 7 plus another die 8 plus 2, 9, so that's 15 plus 4 points of electricity.
Oh, I want that bow.
One shot.
Cool.
Pay, you will pay for this, you craven Caven. Or Harper, you're only 15 feet from Caven as he runs past you. What do you wish to do?
Let's go with the tried and true. I'm gonna go for magic missile.
Okay, so roll your use magic device, DC 20.
16. Like, drat, blast.
You fail, but you don't fizzle. All right, Reeton,
I'm not doing anything. I'm delayed by turn.
you just sit there.
Yeah, well, you guys
Okay.
have fun.
Caven runs, and there's 60 feet right there. Okay, Tara.
I'm just gonna move 30 feet up and 30 feet to the left, chasing him.
All right, Saris.
Question. is this like in the morning after everyone woke up? Is this like nighttime with?
It is in the morning.
It's really annoying.
Also, just to remind everyone, again, the rain has not stopped. That's why they made the camp under the cover of this large tree.
Okay, is the rain enough to provide concealment?
No, it doesn't provide concealment.
Oh, it's alright, that's fine. It's disappointing, but it's whatever. I'm going to charge. First time ever.
Oh, okay.
Stab this guy with my long sword.
All right.
So 21 to hit
You hit barely.
for 8 damage.
All right. Uller,
Uller's going to take 2 move actions, move 100 feet closer, and then pass the turn.
Vale, now that Caven is in melee, he has to take a minus penalty to his, let's see, what is his feats that he's got? Oh, he's more of a two-weapon fighting type of guy, so he doesn't really have a good, so he's firing to melee. Caven has cover, composite longbow at +7. AC 19, he totally missed. Now Shalelu, she is going to fire her bow as well. AC of 22. Caven has cover, so that misses. And that is the end of round 1. Jakardros fires his bow again. He's much more accurate. He doesn't suffer the melee penalty. AC 24, which hits Caven again. He shoots 2 arrows this time. 9 plus 8 is 17, plus 3 for the electricity, 20 points. That's pretty good for an arrow. The second attack, he rolled an AC of 21, but that happens to miss because of the cover. All right, Harper.
I will try the wand again.
Okay.
No, 15.
Yeah, again, you fizzle. Oh, dear. Reeton, he delays in disgust. Caven, he is going to move northward towards the Grawl homestead. He will move 60 feet.
Is that a withdraw action?
Oh, dear. That's
'Cause
right.
If not, then he provokes.
Let's look at his morale. How many hit points does he have left? He falls to the ground, quote unquote, unconscious. Saris, I would like you and Uller to make a sense motive check.
26.
14.
The DC will be 10.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
Seeing him lay on the ground, just pretending to be unconscious, I'm
Mhm.
going to pull out the manacles from my bag and start twirling them around my finger.
And as he
Okay.
does that, I am going to sit on this guy's back, activate my my wrist sheath to pull out my dagger, and just hold my short sword up to this guy's neck, and just be like, no moving.
He's feigning unconsciousness, so he's not
That's
moving.
fine.
Tara, what do you do?
I'm done. If he's captured, I'm done.
Saris, you're just covering
Yeah,
him?
Like, if he makes any
Okay.
movement,
It'll provoke an attack of opportunity. Okay. Uller, do you apply your manacles?
Yes, sir.
He is captured. All right. You don't get extra experience points for him. You've already gotten experience points
come
for
on, Clint.
rescuing him.
Well, Caven, if you actually are sleeping, I'll pray for you. Hopefully your next life will be a better one.
He poorly feigns.
Pick him up over my shoulder and bring him back to the Black Arrows.
Okay, you bring him back to the Black Arrows, and you throw him down at Jakardros' feet. Everybody comes back to the tree, the camp tree. Anybody going to stop Jakardros from performing the duty he is meant to do?
I will try to stop him if that's available to me.
All right, how would you like to do this? Intimidate or diplomacy?
I mean, I know which one would work better, but I'm going to do diplomacy instead, yeah.
Okay. Well, I would say the DC is going to be very high. It would probably be like 25. DC 25 diplomacy check to talk Jakardros out of this.
So, you're saying there's not a chance?
Well, maybe not you, but the team, if they want to aid
Absolutely
or talk
not.
on their own.
Yeah, I'm with my sister
Okay.
on this.
All right, Guitarus and Saris abdicate. Uller, do you want to make a check?
Listen, Jakadros. Caven's involved in this situation because he did some wrong. We heard his story last night around the campfire. He bonded with us. That's life right there. I can't rightfully stand here and just let you condemn him. Now, if that means he needs to go off and serve a sentence for a crime that he did in a past life, so be it. But murdering him in cold blood doesn't do anything. Except, unless you get some experience points out of it or something like that. But we didn't get any experience for him, so I don't think you should either.
Yeah, I don't think we should murder him. I think we should put him in prison.
It's not murder, it's an execution. There's a difference. Jakardros says.
Look, I already got him in shackles here, and as a deputized sheriff of the town of Sandport, let him be my problem. We could send him off on a ferry with a letter to Sheriff Hemlock, and I could just say, hey, he's incarcerated under the authority of Uliburzum and the Warriors of Light. He's off your hands, and he'll serve his punishment.
Reeton, do you wish to assist in this diplomacy check?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm great with diplomacy. I got a
Roll diplomacies.
-1.
I have a -2, so good job, team.
I rolled a 4.
Got a 3.
Oh my god.
I've rolled a 0.
Okay. Jakardros, sheriff. He says sheriffs of Sandpoint. They have no jurisdiction here.
It wasn't about jurisdiction, it was about preserving life.
He just completely ignores everything you say about this and beheads Caven immediately. Shing! Jakardros says, his equipment's all yours.
That was a senseless loss of life.
Senseless? Upholding the values of our tradition? Senseless? I'm really concerned now about our ability to take back Fort Rannoch with the likes of the Warriors of Light, you say? Ha! I'm a little concerned.
They're effective, they just don't like murdering.
This wasn't a murder. This was a justice and a truthful thing.
That's right.
This is a morally right.
It was a lawful execution.
A lawful execution. He even admitted to his crimes.
If you want to question my prowess, you can do so.
I do not wish to fight unjustly. You must not have any concept. I don't know how the dwarves handle justice, but it's certainly... You have no clue about how things are done out here in the wilderness.
Well, our trials are more than 2 seconds long. We got that going for us.
We are at war with these ogres. We don't have time. By the way, there aren't any more Black Arrows due to this man's treachery to bring him to trial amongst his peers.
You said there's none left. That's not true. They got you two. You two will survive. All of us together, we're gonna persevere. We're gonna take back Fort Rannoch. The Warriors of Light will not fail on this task. From there, you guys can grow, take in numbers, and learn from your mistakes. Maybe change your ways of having people serve life sentences with your barbaric nonsense. All I'm saying is, we don't need to be enemies with each other. And it's a damn shame what you did to Caven.
Did you just use barbaric as an insult? I am
also
offended.
use dwarf and small as an insult in that same sentence.
Well, very well. We shall plan out our attack on Fort Rannoch next time on Rise of the Rune Lords.
Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.